Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano, yo soy cubano. Y cuando habla la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también. Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablando de mierda de negros, estoy hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano. Yo entiendo.
Did you see the video of the black guy who was standing at the counter at Family Dollar and the chick that was standing behind the register was talking shit about black people in Spanish and he checked the ass real quick? Dollar said, y'all got me messed up. Y'all not about to cancel me the way y'all did Target. Family Dollar called that man first thing this morning. They said, we know who the hell our demographic is, and you ain't fit to let one viral video of some employee that we don't even give a damn about fuck up our money. Family Dollar, you did right. That's how you handle something like that. Here's the part I don't understand about old girl. You are Hispanic. You know better than anybody that there are Afro-Latinas. I will see somebody from far away that is Afro-Latino and just assume that they're black like me. But you know better. I remember the first time I got a silk press on my hair at a Dominican hair salon and I walked in and saw them black women and they were all speaking Spanish and I was like, what? You, ma'am? That's your damn culture. He's so nice. He said he wasn't trying to get her fired, but honey, you better be lucky you met the right one that day because somebody else would have turned your ass every which way but loose.
All right, let me tell y'all something, man. I come to this car lot right here, looking at a car. I see the brother, you know, we talking, we chop it up, but I catch a little accent. I said, man, where you from? Dile la gente donde tú eres.
Colombia, papa, estamos aquí en la casa.
And guess what? I just say, us Afro-Latinos, estamos representando.
You know what I say? Yeah,
Los Afro-Latinos estamos representando acá en Houston. Y con eso, sea bendito todo el mundo. Oye, hola suave con sol. Mi hermano, vaya, hablamos.
Why the girl at Family Dollar got fired for hablar español while she thought this guy would understand her? How many of you guys be like sizing up somebody? Nah, they can't speak Spanish, they can't speak Creole. And you just think, you start going off about your language and you just think that there's not a chance that someone can speak Spanish. First of all, Spanish is spoken by like everybody. We all have a Spanish friend. We all got a Haitian friend, don't we? Listen, my bestie, Puerto Rican, brown Puerto Rican, and people mistake her all the time. And no challenge her, you're not Puerto Rican. She's like, yo soy Puerto Ricana. I can't even do it like her. But she will let you know real quick, she Puerto Rican. Meanwhile, the girl at Family Dollar sitting there talking about how, you know, she got to put the sneakers behind the counter because black people be stealing it. And I guess he got offended or somebody said something. And, you know, it ended up going viral. And she ended up getting freaking fired. And he's, you know, he's nice about it. He's just like, that wasn't my intention to get her fired or whatever. But, you know, I guess when things go viral and you name the company, Family Dollar, you know, cashier person calls black people thieves. I don't know. But if it goes viral and then you're the person they're talking about and they see you or they hear you, you're going to get cut. Cut it. Listen, I done heard Spanish people talk about me. And I'm not saying I look Spanish, but I got that Spanish wavy hair. You know what I'm saying? But stick to the point. Somebody said one time I was going to get ice cream. Okay, this is not justified, but he called me fat. And then he put Diablo in front of it. Diablo Gorda. How dare you? Then people are so mean. I've heard Haitian men talk about me in Creole. They never think I'm Haitian. I don't look Haitian apparently. What does a Haitian look like? Anyways, we're not going to get into all that. But watch what you say around people because you don't know who's who. Representation comes in different forms and flavors. Okay? Look at me. Look at homegirl. Look at homeboy. The Afro-Latina. We all come in different flavors around here. So stop talking about people like everybody don't know the bare minimum of Spanish and Creole or whatever. Like, just stop. But too bad for her. Next time, I guess she'll learn her lesson.
Did you ever expect the video to blow up the way it did?
No, I did not. And, you know, I didn't video it. Like I'm telling people, I didn't video to get the girl fired. What happened was I was in the store, Family Dollar, And I was buying a few things and some soap and stuff like that. Now the one lady, she was on the aisle with me. She knew I spoke Spanish because I had my phone on speaker and I was talking to a customer in Spanish. So she knew I spoke Spanish. The girl behind the counter, she probably didn't. So as I was going through the line, the lady in front of me, she had a little girl, and her little girl had some little tennis, and they were black. So she asked the girl behind the counter, what about the white tennis? She said, no, the white tennis, they were speaking Spanish. She said, the white tennis for boys. She said, but when I opened up the box, I put the box behind the counter because she said in Spanish, porque los negros estaban robando. The black people, and I'm going to say it without being derogatory, but she's saying the black people would be stealing the tennis. But she said it in Spanish in a derogatory way. So the lady in front of me, who knew I spoke Spanish, turns around and looked at me in the face. And then she started engaging in the conversation. No, estos negros siempre allá están robando las cosas. So I'm sitting in line, I'm really holding my peace to keep from going off because I don't want to act a fool. So I wait till she burn off and I tell the little sister behind the counter, I said, let me give you a word of advice. I said, man, you'll never know. I said, you'll never know who you offend. And as I'm trying to tell her, I guess she's snapping. Did he understand me? So I tell her in Spanish, yo soy cubano. To let her know I understand. So now she's going to the fence and trying to explain to me why she said what she said, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't videoing her, I was videoing myself. And then she, she hollered for her manager, he's videoing me, so I'm like, I wouldn't, but I said I am now. So I put her on blast. And like I said, my intention wasn't to get her fired, was to check her, to watch what you say, because you never know who understand you. So you see me as a black person, but you don't know my roots. You know what I'm saying? So and that's why I'm trying to wake her up to, man, you never know who understand you. Because there's a bunch of us Afro-Latinos que habla español. Y como yo parle français aussi, I speak French and Spanish. So you see the man, but you don't know the roots. And that was my thing. You never know who you offend because you never know who understand you.
Right. And what was that moment like when you got a call from corporate?
I can't say this here. Corporate called me to apologize. That made me feel good that somebody took out their time, that somebody responded to my complaint, because it was my Facebook fam, one of my Facebook Wonder. She called it, she posted it, she sent it to corporate, and corporate called me and they said, man, we sorry, man. We sorry, that should have never happened. I explained to them what happened, and they said she never should have had that conversation. So they did apologize. They did call me and reach out to me to give me a sincere apology that they were sorry and that they would take care of, rectify the situation. Like I told them, I wasn't trying to get her fired, but say lo que sea, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
This black man walked into a Family Dollar Tree, and the girl that was helping him was fired by the end of the day due to their interaction. And if it was me, my soul would have left my body after hearing him say this.
All right. Let me give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish.
So as you've probably figured out already, the girl that was helping him was saying something racist to him as she was ringing him up. And you would have to be foolish now to not know that people understand Spanish in 2025. And this guy so happens to speak it fluently. So the second she started saying something racist, he started filming himself. And since he got her on camera, the Dollar Tree fired her by the end of the day. This all happened in Texas. He even doxed the store where it was at. And the Dollar Tree reached out to him to see how they can rectify the situation. What do you guys think? Is getting fired enough for this crime?
Now, I know y'all have seen Chico Leon, the man who was in the Family Dollar, and the lady that was working there was talking about black people. She didn't know he spoke Spanish, and then he had to get her all the way together. Well, child, I just went on his page, and my boy now done monetized it. He teaching us Spanish, y'all. So we about to learn Spanish so we can catch the people. Okay? When they trying to say something or be slick. And I'm telling you, he rolling them R's. But before we knew he was Spanish, I was like, oh, that's a cornbread fed black Southern man. Because he giving you Southern man swag. But honey, when he started speaking that Spanish in them R's, I was like, yes, Chico. So I'm about to sign up for his class. If Chico have a class, I'm about to sign up because we tired of being talked about and not knowing. But one girl said she had the translator. I may have to get the translator and really start catching people, because there you could probably translate more languages. Okay, but I just love that he stood up for himself, honey. He is letting the people have it.
Is that they don't want certain people to come here because they vote red. but the border's too open. Right? Because Trump said the border was too open and they want to flood the country with illegals to create new voters to vote blue. What you're saying is they got a strainer at the border and they rejecting those who vote red even though the border too wide open. Cool. I think the rest of them had a point. I think the rest of them, I'm starting to see what the rest of them was saying. Yeah, about y'all. But you know what? You got what you wanted, and you remember how you reacted.
Say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumb motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumb motherfuckers. You know? Yeah.
Dozens of Hispanics waving their banderas in triumph as Republicans won in sweeping victory.
Florida was off the game, and as a result, the national level Democratic Party just did not invest anything locally in Miami-Dade or much in Florida at all. So
Michael Bustamante with the University of Miami says there are multiple reasons for the red wave. Lack of voter turnout for Democrats and Latino voters now voting similarly to American voters.
Oh, and by American voters, we mean white voters. That's what we mean by American voters. And the fact that you made white voters into American voters is all that we're talking about right now. That is, you just synthesized it right there.
I think there's broader trends that have shaped shifts in the Latino vote.
Those trends, political activist Thomas Kennedy says, is that younger Hispanics like himself were concerned about the economy. Our NBC6 poll amongst Florida voters conducted in October reflects that. 32% of voters across the state, regardless of race, said that the economy was the most influential issue in deciding a presidential candidate. 48% of Hispanics say their financial situation is worse than it was 4 years ago, something Democrats in Florida didn't capitalize on.
We must admit that they've not built the infrastructure or the message to counter this. And you know, it's indicative of what happened, just a complete wipeout for the Florida Democrats.
But what about the younger, progressive Cubans? Sebastian Arcos with the Cuban Research Institute says that trend died in 2015 when the Obama administration reopened the U.S. Embassy in Cuba.
Especially those Cubans that had arrived recently and had the hope that engagement would work better, became so disappointed with engagement that moved dramatically to the right.
Now keep that in mind. They voted on the economy, and one thing that we recognize is that they trusted the man whose economic plan was denounced by economists as being complete nonsense prior to the election, and he was going on double-digit personal bankruptcy. So aside from them trusting him on the economy and ignoring how the mass deportation signs might impact said economy, they also were holding against the Democrats that they were disappointed in how the re-engagement went with the Cuban government. Just keep that one. Yeah, just hold on to that one for later, because it's time to pick up the pieces after the election.
Del voto conservador, cuyo candidato realizó su...
en Miami hacen protesta en contra del gobernador Ron DeSantis por las leyes que quiere aplicar.
These are a bunch of Cubans in the streets of Miami, Florida, who just found out that when Trump becomes president, he's deporting all of them.
You didn't have to do the drum. You didn't have to do the drum. We got the point on that one.
Trump supporters are now upset with Donald Trump's immigration policies because they are directly affecting them and their families. Now, this is specifically Cuban-American Trump supporters who thought likely that Donald Trump's policies wouldn't affect them at all. It would only affect people that didn't like Trump, that he didn't like, but not them.
Now, let's just absorb that for a moment, because it's taken till now for us to get to the issue of deportation. I had mentioned the mass deportation signs, but inherent in all of this support is an imagined immunity to this entire discussion. Somehow, all of the anti-brownness that had infused itself in
Hispanic voters broke in a big way for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, just take a look. Here's the exit poll, our national exit poll of Hispanic voters. We have Harris winning Hispanic voters 53-45. Put this in some context. 4 years ago, the exit poll had Joe Biden winning the Hispanic vote by 33 points. And we were saying that was progress for Donald Trump 4 years ago. So what you see here tonight, this is just an absolute sea change. This would be the best performance for Republicans with a Hispanic vote, maybe in half a century, depending on how this shakes out, it could be even longer than that. And it has ripple effects on this map that are felt far beyond just those battlegrounds.
There it is. Come here. Let me have it.
I'm Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump. We love you. We love you. All the way to the White House.
Crazy.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote.
Raise your hands, come on.
For Donald Trump. Dale cintura, 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 cintura. I will vote for Donald.
I think we're splitting hairs a little bit here. Legal residents having their legal status revoked. I'm sure plenty of those people were Trump supporters as well, because they didn't think it would touch them.
The people that are coming here are the criminals, you know? The ones that did something bad in their country, they're running away from their law.
The Alvarez family came to the U.S. in the 80s from Mexico and Guatemala. They both crossed the border illegally but became citizens under Reagan's amnesty. They even have family who are undocumented.
When you hear Trump promise mass deportations, do you worry about them?
Yes and no, because the ones that I know, they're doing good. They're not breaking any laws.
I believe he's going to start deporting all the bad people.
But their top priority is the economy. With their jobs working at a supermarket and a casino, they bought a house and raised 3 children.
What's going to happen to our new generation? Nowadays, they're not even able to move out of their houses anymore because everything is so expensive.
Life wasn't expensive as it is right now.
Mario decided last minute to vote for Harris.
I'm kind of like more happy than upset. Why? Because Donald Trump is going to help the country with the economy.
According to the NBC News national exit polls, Trump increased his share of the Latino vote by 14% from 2020, with 55% of Latino men voting for Trump.
My family is Latino and a lot of them are immigrants. But at the end of the day, we're American.
The Latinos that voted for Trump because of the economy. I'm sorry, I tried. How's it going? ¿Cómo les va? Hold on. Like, seriously, have you made more money?